Did you know that 75% of resumes that are rejected before a single human ever reads them? That means out of 4 job seekers, no matter how qualified, are getting filtered out by a machine. In this video, I am going to show you exactly how to beat that system. Whether you are applying to jobs in the United States or in the United Kingdom or anywhere, you will learn how to write a resume or CV that gets past the bots, catches a recruiter's eyes, and lands you more interviews. Stay until the end because I will also cover the most uncommon mistakes that applications rejected instantly and how to avoid every single one of them. Let's get into it. Before we deep dive into these how, let's cover something a lot of people get wrong right at the start: the document name itself. In the United States, you submit a resume. In the United Kingdom, you submit a CV, which stands for curriculum vitae. They are actually not the same thing, and using the wrong one is an immediate red flag to any recruiter. Here is a quick side by side of the key differences. A US resume is typically 1 to 2 pages maximum, and a UK CV is 2 pages standard, no more, no less. In the US, you never include a photo. In UK, it's also not recommended, and we will talk about why in a moment. For personal information, a US resume includes only your name, your email, phone number, and LinkedIn. On a UK resume, which is actually called the CV, the same rule applies, but you also leave out your date of birth and nationality to protect against a conscious bias. One big difference: the UK CVs typically open with a personal profile, a 3 to 4 line paragraph that sells you immediately. The US resumes sometimes have a objective summary, but it's optional. In both these markets, the focus is on achievement focused bullet points, not just listing job duties. And critically, in both markets, ATS software is now universal. So everything we covered today applies whether you are in New York or London. Now, let's zoom into the US resume specifically. If you are targeting American companies, here are the 6 non-negotiable. First, length: 1 to 2 pages maximum. Period. If you are a recent graduate, aim for 1 page. If you have over 10 years of experience, 2 pages is fine. Beyond that, you are telling that recruiter that you can't edit yourself, and that's not a good impression. Second, achievements. This is the one single biggest mistake I see. People write job duties. They say things like responsible for managing social media accounts. That tells me nothing. Instead, write what you achieved. Grew Instagram following by 210% in 6 months. That actually gets the attention. Third, no photo. In the United States, adding a photo to your resume is a serious mistake. It opens the door to unconscious bias, and most US recruiters will immediately reject a resume that includes one. Fourth, contact information only. Your name, professional email, phone number, and your LinkedIn URL. That's it. No home address, no marital status, and no nationality. Fifth, the ATS friendly formatting. That is actually the most important thing. in this whole video. This means single column layout, standard fonts like Calibri or Arial, and no tables or text boxes inside the document. We will go deep in this in just a few moments. And the rest 6. Tailor it. Never send the same resume on 2 different jobs. We will cover exactly how to do this in the later video. Now let's take a look at the UK CV. The structure is slightly different and getting it right makes a huge difference to UK recruiters, as standard UK CV follows this order. You open with a personal profile. This is 3 to 4 lines at the top of the page that sums up who you are professionally and what you are looking for. Think of it as your elevator pitch in text form. I've included a sample on screen. Notice how it leads with experience, mentions a specific measurable achievement, and closes with what the candidate is seeking. Below that, you list your key skills or core competencies. Then your work experience is reverse chronological order followed by education and qualifications. You can optionally include a hobbies and interests section, but only if it adds something relevant like leadership roles or languages spoken. At the end, references available on request. Never include actual referee details. Now on the other side, there's a very important box, what to exclude. Now on the right side, you can see in the UK, just like the US, you do not include a photo. You also do not include your date of birth, your nationality or your marital status or your full home address. All of this can invite bias before the recruiter has even read a single word about your skills. Just city and region is enough for your location. Everything else stays off. Okay. This is the most important section for the entire video. I want you to pay close attention here. Before any human recruiter sees your resume, it passes through an applicant tracking system, an ATS. This is software that scans, parses, and ranks candidates automatically. Here's the stat that should get your attention. 99% of Fortune 500 companies use ATS software. And it's not just big corporations anymore. Small businesses and startups are using it too. Now, here's what that means. 75% of the resumes are rejected by ATS before a single human ever reads them. This means that the most job applicants are invisible before they even get a single chance. The ATS is step 1. It filters before any recruiter gets involved. If your resume doesn't pass the machine, it doesn't matter how good you are. And by 2025, ATS adoption is essentially universal across both the US and UK markets. Now it's 2026, so everything that follows up in this video, the keywords, the formatting and the structure, all of it is actually designed to help you pass the first gate, and let's go through exactly how to do it. Now that you understand why ATS matters, here are 5 golden rules that will make your resume machine readable and human impressive at the same time. The key rule 1, that is keywords. The ATS is looking for specific terms for the job description. If the job says stakeholder management, your resume needs to say exactly that, not client communication, not working with teams, the exact match. The rule 2, formatting. Single column layout only. two tables inside the document. No text boxes, no headers or footers with important information, no columns, no graphics. Simple, clean and readable. The ATS needs to parse text in the right order. Anything complex and it scrambles your content. Rule 3. Quantify your achievements. We covered this already, but it actually bears repeating because it matters for both humans and algorithms. Numbers make your impact specific and searchable. Rule 4. Tailor every information. This isn't just good advice, it's essential for ATS. Every job description uses slightly different language and your resume needs to reflect that. Generic resumes score low. Okay. Now there comes the rule 5. The standard section headings. Use work experience, education, skills. Don't get creative and write my journey or things I know. The ATS is looking for specific patterns and unusual headings will definitely confuse it. Now let's go deeper on the keywords because this is where most people get it wrong. Here is the approach. Take the job description, the actual posting and read it 3 times. The first time, get the overall picture. The second time, circle or highlight every skill, tool, qualification they mention. The third time, compare that list to your resume. Every keyword that appears in the job description and also your experience needs to be your resume, not paraphrased, the exact phrase. Look at the example on screen. The job description asks for a data analyst with experience in SQL, Python and Tableau, with skills in data visualization and stakeholder management. Every one of those terms needs to appear in your resume if you have the experience. Here's a top tip. Include both the spelled out version and the acronym. If they say machine learning, write machine learning ML somewhere in your document. The ATS systems vary and covering both versions means you will never miss a match. Now on the right side, here's what not to do. Don't stuff keywords randomly. Don't repeat the same word 15 times and absolutely do not hide white text keywords. And some people used to write keywords in white font on a white background to trick ATS. Now the modern systems flag this and it will get you blacklisted, so don't do it. The natural integration, relevant keywords in your work experience section, your skills section and your overall summary. Formatting. This is where a lot of people try to stand out and accidentally disqualify themselves. Here's the rule. Your resume or CV needs to be readable by a machine before it impresses a human. That means keeping it clean. On the do slide, single column layout, standard fonts, Calibri, Arial or Cambria work perfectly. Body text at 10 to 12 points, section headings at 14 to 16 points. Save this file as either a PDF or .docs document. Use consistent bullet points throughout. On the avoid side, 2 or 3 column layouts. This confuses ATS parsers completely. Tables inside the document, same problem. Fancy fonts that are not installed on the recruiter's computer, saving as a .pages live or as an image. And another thing, the infographic style resumes. I know they look great, but actually they are invisible to ATS, and the photos, the graphs or icons embedded in the document. One thing people often ask, the PDF or the Word. The safest answer is check the job posting. If they ask for the Word, send them the Word, and if there is no preference, a PDF is usually fine for human readers, but some older ATS systems praise Word better. When in doubt, send both in your email. Keep it clean, keep it standard, make it easy to read in 6 seconds flat. Now, we have mentioned this a few times already. Now let's go deep on it, because it's the skill that separates good resumes from great ones. The formula is simple: action var plus task plus result plus metric. Let me show you 3 real examples. Before, managed a team of developers. This tells me nothing. Every manager manages a team. After, lead a team of 8 engineers to deliver 3 products on schedule, reducing the bug rate by 45%. The whole line. Now I know the team size, the outcome, and the measurable improvement. Before, it was written like responsible for social media. After, it will be like grew Instagram following from 2000 to 18,000 in 6 months, increasing engagement by 210%. That's a story, that's a result. Before, you can see what on sales targets, and after, you can see exceeded quarterly sales targets by 28%, generating 180,000 euros in new business numbers. Specifics impact. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I don't have numbers like that, and I hear you, but almost every job has quantifiable outputs. How many customers did you serve? How many emails did you send? How much faster did something run after you fixed it? How many people attended your event? Look at your past roles through this lens, and you will find more numbers than what you actually think. Now, here's the mistake. I see constantly people apply to fill 50 jobs with the same exact resume. This is the one of the fastest ways to get ignored. Tailoring doesn't mean rewriting your entire resume for every job. It means making own smart adjustments. Read the job description carefully 3 times as I mentioned earlier. Update your summary or personal profile to reflect the language of the specific role. Reorder your bullet points so that the most relevant experience appears first. Match the exact job title they are using in your headline. Here's a quick overflow. Keep a master resume with everything you have done. Then create a tailored copy of each application where you highlight what most relevant. Now, online presence. This is increasingly important in 2025 for and leading 2026 too. For LinkedIn, your headline should include your current title and keywords from the roles you are targeting. Your about section should be 3 to 5 sentence value proposition, turn on, open to work, and you can set it to be visible only for recruiters, not your entire network. Get your skills endorsed by your colleges. Now comes for the GitHub or the portfolio site. Fix your 4 to 6 best projects. Write clear, professional, readme files Link your GitHub URL on your resume. For any live projects, include a demo link and use a consistent username across all platforms. When a recruiter Googles you, you want a clean, professional presence. Now, you are actually almost there. Before I wrap up, let's cover 6 mistakes that will get your application rejected even if everything else is perfect. Mistake 1. Adding a photo. In both the US and UK, this is a no, full stop. It can trigger unconscious bias and many recruiters will reject the application immediately for it. Mistake 2. Including your phone home address. Now, recruiters don't need your street address at this stage, just city and region. Full address is also a privacy risk, and for international applicants, it can immediately signal not local and work against you. The mistake 3, which I am calling for, the fancy design. Multi-column layouts, infographic elements, creative fonts, they look impressive to the human eye, but they are responsible. They are invisible or scrambled to an ATS. Save the design portfolio for your portfolio website. The mistake 4, send a generic information application. If your resume doesn't mention a single specific thing about this role or this company, the recruiter will know and they will move on. The mistake 5, the typos in the grammar errors. A single typo can let the end of your application. Proofread 3 times, use Grammarly, then ask someone else to read it. Fresh eyes catch things you owned. The mistake 6, the unexplained employment gaps. Always include dates for every role. If there's a gap, address it in a cover letter or briefly in the resume itself. Unexplained gaps make recruiters nervous, and a simple line like career break reason is always better than that of silence. Now you can see what I have told you in the exact pages or the slides here, and most probably that's your complete guide to writing a winning resume or CV for the US and UK markets in 2025. Let's do a quick recap of these 3 sections I want you to take right now. 1. Apply these tips today. Open your current resume, pick one section and write it using the frameworks we covered. Now, one better bullet point is progress. To use pre-tools, Canva has great. The ATS safe resume templates. Grammarly will catch any errors, and JobScan, the JOBSCAN. The JobScan is a pre-tool that compares your resume against a job description and gives you an ATS compatibility score. It is genuinely very much useful. The 3. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe. I publish career and professional skill guides every week, and subscribing means you won't miss the next one. Drop your biggest resume question in the comments below. I read every single one and I will try to answer as many as I can. And for this video, ignore the mistakes and the background noises and the stammering which happened in between the videos. And for now, good luck with your applications. You have got this. Thank you for watching the video. This is Fintelliq. Please subscribe the channel.